I'm really bad at intros, but I promised myself that I would start breaking down these songs in a contenty way, if that makes sense. I think a lot of people would find some of these things interesting, and hopefully I can dispense some knowledge, or just give you some game, give you some sauce, something, see, maybe inspire somebody to make something. So here's my breakdown of Angel in Disguise. I hope you like it. Right off the bat, you could see it's called Angel in Disguise 4, and the reason for that is because it's my 4th time trying to make this. I actually recorded the vocals 4 different times, and it was sort of hell. The reason is, originally I recorded it here on this Aston mic, and this Aston mic doesn't sound bad, but it's not as nice as the U87 that's in the booth. Beyond that, I recorded the song slowly and sped it up to give it like a feel, if that makes sense, but there was a lot of artifacting. So we start with this sample from Ron. Let's see if we can find the original. Ron, obviously frequent collaborator, one of my favorites, because his attention to detail is incredible. His instrumentation is incredible. He's a great guitar player, great piano player, and he has a good understanding of creating atmospheres. So this is what we start with. I didn't even end up using this section here with this bass guitar. What you notice really quickly about Ron's samples is just how many different spaces that he likes to occupy. The guitar is kind of sitting in front and wide. You have that synth in the back. So I took the sample here and chopped it up and arranged it. I'm gonna turn all the effects off first and just kind of go through it. So we just sped it up from 114 to 149 here. We have this halftime effect here that's just taking, the effect is just on the high end. I think that's for this section here. That's what it sounds like with it. That's what it sounds like without it. I want to get rid of some of that pluck and also introduce some more melodic elements. We got a saturator here. I'm pretty sure this is just to add some high end into the regular sections. And then a Pro Q to get some mid out of the middle so the vocal can fit, and some side in for that same middle. I think just the other highlight is the percussion section. Gives it the bounce, the swing that it deserves. It's a unique pattern. It's mostly because of this hi-hat. It's giving that like a West Coast flair, and then all together. I love this coin. Has that little reverse on it too. It's a very cool sound in a cool pocket. It's mostly just repeats, comes in and out in different places. Let's listen to it with the sample. Right away, your head's bopping, you're feeling it. I guess, yeah, let's get into this sort of 808 and kick. I was very inspired by DJS style 808s where you're kind of rumbling the entire song through the 808. The way you kind of get that is by creating an instrument bus. I use MoMA. It's very light. It adds a little bit of distortion, and then a soft clipper, just the fucking classic fruity soft clipper. Gives you a really cool effect, so you can sort of hear it. You can see we're redlining this 808 so hard. It's mostly just literally volume, this 808 by itself. it's not too spectacular, right? But once everything comes together, and you know, to really hear what's going on, you can sort of, it like wobbles the sample, right? Now I added this little kick here just to give it that kick feeling, if that makes any sense. And so that section all together kind of comes in pretty interestingly. Let's solo that out. I still wanted it to have space. I didn't want it to be too busy. Also, some of these 808s are different lengths. I just played it off of ear and sort of how I felt. Now, the only other instrument situation that happens, I don't know why you're down here, is a guitar section that comes in that second verse. That's it. And I left the fucking breath in. Look at this. This is a fucking amateur hour. You can hear me breathing too, which is funny. Yeah, just recorded I think with this Aston, and that's why you can hear everything. It was part of a bigger guitar section, but I didn't want it to get busy, so I actually ended up scrapping a lot of that guitar section. Just adds a little like movement into that next section. Sort of the last piece here is that there's this new 808 section here towards the end. There's this little roll up. This is just an 808. The velocity is kind of lifted here, and since it's cutting itself off, it makes for an interesting effect. I originally, I think I heard that on the box by Roddy Ricch. And towards the end, I added this little Juno synth here, as well as an end kick. I love this little section here. Beautiful. Let's get to these vocals. I went through hell and back to get these vocals to do the thing they're gonna do. I probably recorded this song. Song's probably about 1,000 takes. I'd like to think something in that range. So let's start with our main vocals.
How bad do you want it? I could.
Got a little X crackle to take the crackles off. A little limiter that it's just kissing, not even.
How bad do you want it? I could fill up your stomach.
Just in the loudest parts. A little auto-tune. Here are the settings if you want. Then we have quite a considerable situation. My voice plus the U87 makes for kind of a boring tone. Boring might not be the right word, but let's see if I turn all of these off. What are we sounding like?
How bad do you want it? I could.
I have a lot of like low mid when I'm singing into this mic, so getting rid of that is super important.
How bad do
Little compression at like 3-to-1. But again, just really gentle. Then the R-Vox really brings it in.
How bad do you want it?
A little decapitator for the saturation.
How bad do you want it?
A gentle soothe for these top mids. A de-esser and some fresh air to round it out. I do believe there's like one or two more effects when it comes to, let's see here, because I'm going into here. There's a gentle gluing reverb, gluing compressor here. It's like a 670, the U81. It's great. And then I have a really short reverb. Kind of makes it sound like it's in a room. I'll play you guys the difference. You know, like it just makes it sound like it's in a place.
Want it, I could.
This is right here.
Your stomach like a taser.
It's a little further back.
hiding something.
Then another soothe. I think there was just some harsh frequencies once I got into mastering it. And then, yeah, just a little bit more compressions. Quite a bit of compression. Beyond that, I think it's being sent out to a parallel compressor here. It's just a distressor set to nuke. It's not doing a lot, but it's just bringing it forward a little bit through the mix. We got a reverb, we got a chorus effect, and a delay. I think even this chorus is actually just a delay with a chorus. Track spacer to get the vocal out of the middle. Sounds great. I'll play it with the master effects.
Want it, I could fill up your stomach like a taser. You're stunning.
Let's turn those master effects down because my computer will shit itself. We got some light harmonies. Actually, a lot of these just didn't make it. If you can see, they're turned off. Originally, I think I had a lot more going on here.
You want it, I could fill up your stomach like a taser. You're stunning.
So it's like there was just way too much going on. You know what I mean? Just a little layer, 2 different harmonies.
Shaitan to me, girl, when you open up your thighs.
It's kind of pretty. Let's see, we got some doubles.
Your stomach like a taser.
They're just regular doubles. There's nothing particular going on. And then we got some more ad-libs and stuff.
Girl, when you open up your thighs, you know I'm loving every melody.
Really, the song is made in the vocals in this section.
I'm going deep, girl. I'm going deep, girl.
So this ad-lib here is actually from the very first time I'm recording it with the Aston. I was never able to recreate this sound. I kind of just heard this ad-lib in my head. But there was like a crackle at the top. Almost, right? But it's a visceral sound. It's gorgeous. It's the backbone of what's going on. I really like this one. I wanted to get rid of it for space, but it was too pretty. I couldn't.
You're an angel in disguise, but you look just like Shaitan to me.
Beautiful. We got some background vocals here. They're pretty. They go from left to right too, and then right to left. And then in the last verse is where we get a little bit more technical. Sorry, the last hook. I don't know if you guys heard that. I got a little snap here, if I'm not mistaken. Is it in the doubles? Where is that snap? It's in my main vocals. I listened to a lot of Michael Jackson's recordings and session recordings. They leave all that shit in. And you don't hear it, but you feel it. So
I'm going deep, girl.
a lot of my takes just have those stay in there.
I'm going deep, girl. I'm going deep, girl.
I'll quickly go over my mastering situation here. What do we have? I got rid of some of this low end here because I wanted it to sound good on big speakers. The song sounded great on iPhone, but just the big speakers I was a little worried about. I love this FGX plugin. Let's bring this down so you can see it. It's just like a mastering compressor. We got a little bus compressor, SSL, inflator, and then finally the fucking God particle goes crazy. But it obviously makes my computer shit itself. Yeah, that's the process of the song. I'll drop a little pack in the description of this video so that you can sort of play with the instrumental and the vocals if you guys want, make remixes and stuff. It's always fun.